Hi everyone. Today I am working on one of the pages from Photos in Hand that I did a while back, and I'll link that down below. And you know, I started it, I did a few, and I think I had 4 pages picked out altogether. But yeah, this is one, it's like I've had such a hard time with because I wanted it to be just perfect. So even once I committed to it, it still took me a while to get to it. But then I was doing the Jen Hatfield things anyhow. Well, anyhow, I've decided on a title, and my title is from what? Another one over here. It's from Dear Lizzy. And it's these little, they're kind of I don't know, they're kind of more blue than turquoise, but pretty close. Because when I put them on this door, they almost blend in, so I think it looks perfect. And let me just kind of bring it up closer to you to see if I can pick it up. I love how it turned out. It's like the perfect size. So, so anyhow, this is my granddaughter Brenna. She was 3 here. She's 16 now, but they have like, I would call it like what people call it a Florida room or something. But, so it's got windows all the way around, but it doesn't open to the outside. But there's a door that, looks into the living room, and she was just there looking in the window, and it was just so adorable. And I thought she just looked like a sneaky little fairy peeking on us. So that's what I'm gonna put that in the doorway, just up high enough to just about hit the letters. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And I usually mat everything, but this one I want her to look like she's coming out of this. She's either in like the forest, or I kind of picture it as part of a tree. I don't know, because some part of the other collection has a tree in it. So, oh, and this is the Woodland by Mintay, and this is paper 1. And again, if you haven't seen the Photos in Hand, you'd see it in there. And so I'm gonna put this, I'm just framing it with a little bit of the wood here on each side. And I'm gonna cover up a little bit of these animals, but you'll see it's gonna be okay. I hate to cover them up, but I'm gonna bring them back. Okay, and I'm trying to get it kind of centered in here. I think I need to pull it just a little bit this way, just a little bit more. Okay, I think that's the spot. I've totally covered up the deer and a little bit of this fox's head. Okay, and then I've got this flower that looks like this one here, and I'm put dimensionals on it already, and I've already pulled them off because you know what a fit I have with that. And so I'm just going to put this right above the title, so it just kind of goes with the arch of the top of the door here. Oh, maybe I better put on my owl first, because I might not be able to get them on there afterwards. Okay. Oh, gosh, I just put this on the wax paper last night. I guess it was too long. I don't know how come sometimes it's no big deal, but sometimes it kind of sticks. But, okay, so I'm just going to put the owl right back where he was, except for I put him on dimensionals, except for the bottom, because the flowers are going to overlap him. So I figure he's going to be, it needs to be able to push down, otherwise I'll have to cut him off. So he's just going to be right there. And you can see I can still push down on his legs to put the flowers there. Okay. And now I'm going to put this here. because I want to see all the words, but I'm probably show or hide a little bit of the R, or you know, it'll branch over the R a little bit. And I know I have to have it in just the right place, so okay, because I'm gonna kind of pull it over here just a little bit more. I guess it won't really cover the R. Okay, I think I'm trying not to cover the T. Oh, and I had to glue all these letters. It's like they had no stick whatsoever. I got them at Tuesday morning. And I'll tell you, you really had to be careful because otherwise the glue just oozed out. Okay, that looks good there. Okay, and then I've got all these little brass keys, and I've tied little strings on them because I want them to look like, oh, let me see. Let me grab a piece of paper so I can show you. I've tied little tiny threads. It's actually thick thread that I use sometimes to make the little arrow things, and it's the thicker. It's like a coat thread or something, so it's a really nice size because I want them to look like they're hanging in the branches. So I'm gonna put those on the tree, or on that branch that's just above the door. Okay. So, I gotta remember where I'm thinking I'm putting them. Kind of have a plan. Okay, I think this one has to hang down here. Okay, so I'm gonna just glue these in here, and I maybe should, I'm thinking that they'll probably glue all right with this, but maybe I should use E6000. Hold on a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the E6000, and I've glued 3 of them on, but I'm gonna show you how to do 2 of them. And I just keep my E6000 open like this. I don't have a tip on it or anything. Now, because it's been sitting here for a while, I'm gonna take off a little bit of it and just wipe it on this scrap cardstock I have here, just to get rid of anything that's dry. And so I'm gonna take the tiniest little bit, and let me kind of pull you in here. And maybe I'll put this white paper here. Maybe that'll make it easier to see. So I'm gonna take, I'm just using a toothpick, and I've got like probably about the size of a bead there. If you can see it any better. I think that shows it good. Okay, now I'll do this one up here. It's the bigger one. And my strings have kind of gone wonky on me. So this, I've done this every time where it's like, okay, I pick it up, and so my glue is kind of drying, but I'm gonna put a little bit right where the string is. Yep, and I can feel my glue drying. So I'm gonna push it off here again, after all the time of me showing you and that. So now it's about that size again, except for I don't have it kind of in the bead. It's just kind of long. And so I'm just gonna pull it right along this, and I just kind of drag it along, and that there will be enough to hold it. Doesn't take very much. And I'm just, right now, I stuck my toothpick in the lid, which, I don't know if you can't see it there. Okay, so there's my glue. My toothpick can sit in the lid because it's not heavy. And now I'm gonna pick this up with my needle nose pliers so that I've got a good hold on it where there isn't any glue. So there, you see it. Okay, and I'm sticking it up here on the flower, and I'm gonna make it look like it's hanging from this branch at the top. And it took me a while to get to that spot. And I don't care if they're hanging just straight. I've kind of let them have like a little bit of a tilt, but I mostly want them straight because I want them to look like they're heavy. And but maybe the wind's blowing them just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna bring that up. And remember, I only put glue under the dot and this long part of the key, whatever that's called. Whoops, I got it in the picture. I think so. It's kind of hard to see, but there it is. It's the one I just put on. And I've already got these on. And now I'm gonna do the tiniest one, because the tiniest ones are harder to do just because it's harder to hold on to and all that jazz. Okay, so again, I'm gonna make sure that my glue is good and wet. And I'm gonna kind of hold it by the string, but not the knot, because I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on the knot because I would like it not to move. So, and just a tiny bit. I mean, it's like if you can barely see it there, that's enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring it down here again. Now this one, it kind of caves in, but it'll still be enough there to hold it. And I'm trying to actually pull some out because there's actually too much. Because it takes, one thing about E6000, it's like you need very, very little. And it will stay forever, after an hour. Okay. And if you're really concerned about it, leave it set for 24 hours, but this will be fine. Okay, especially to paper. Okay, so I'm just putting the knot right at the end of that branch because I want them to look like they're hanging from this tree, or the branch or the tree, whatever I'm deciding it is there. Well, I guess it's a branch either way. Okay. Oh, and the whole time I kept the E6000 standing up. I'm going to turn my camera. I kept it standing up in this, because if you set it down, it just drizzles out. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take it back out again. So I got the hard part of my page done, because okay, and you're not supposed to be breathing this, so I'm gonna put it as far as I can reach from here. So it's like, I think I don't breathe the whole time I'm working with it, because it is pretty stinky stuff. Okay, so first I'm gonna use this fox here, and I'm gonna put him just overlapping the other fox's ear, because I don't want it to look like the fox's ear is being covered up and it looks like they're just hanging out together. He's looking at Brenna, going through the fairy door. This is what's going on in my mind. It's a little story. Okay, and then I've got this piece of wood. I'm gonna put it back down here. I'm still keeping it flat, but I'm just adding to the extra layers. And I think I want to put it this way, so these flowers look like they're kind of laying on the ground. And I'm going to pull it over enough that it's not going off the edge. Okay, and then I've got my beautiful deer. All these images are so pretty. Boy, I thought I was doing myself a favor putting these on here. I hope they're not as big a task as pulling all the little things off. I've got so many dimensionals underneath him because I got them underneath his ears, his legs, every place. You can see. Okay, and see the other deer is right here. I can see a leg here. So I'm going to put him right where the other one is because he is just, he's that deer. He's just come forward. So he could watch the fairy come out the door. Okay, and that dimensional is, I've got it cut so thin it just wants to roll over. But I think after he's down there, good, he'll be fine. Yep, that looks better already. Okay, and then I have this little mushroom, and it's actually the same mushroom that's back here. And I've got one dimensional just at the bottom because the rest are just going to overlap the deer. So it doesn't need dimensionals everywhere. And so I'm going to try to get it in the same place. So I'm just kind of building the scene out so it looks like she's back there and these things are in front of her. Okay, and then from Graphic 45, I brought these in. These were not in my original plan, but when I decided she was going to just be one of the fairies, I brought in these little Graphic 45 fairies, and they are from Once Upon a Springtime. And this one is going to be flying up here right by this branch, and maybe like she's about ready to land on it or go behind it. I think she's gonna land on it. So I've got her there. And these fairies, in my mind, they're a little bit hidden. And so everything else is gonna stand out, but the fairies, with the exception of this one that's flying, these other ones are just gonna be hidden in the scene. Like this one's gonna be sitting on this flower, just waiting for Brenna to come out. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and glue this one. I always kind of hate to glue right away just in case I think, oh no, it needs to slide over a little more. But I'm gonna set her right down here on this flower. She's just wait, and I kind of looked where her butt is, so it looks like, okay, yes, she could actually sit in that part of that flower. Because I want it to look, you know, fairy realistic. And I think I will bring her over here. Now this one is standing, and there's like a strawberry leaf right here. And I think I'm gonna have her standing in the midst of the strawberry leaf. And she must be the queen because she's got the scepter. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on that scepter for sure. Because that's pretty fragile. And these I cut off from one of the fairy papers. And I don't know which one because I've had them cut out ever since I did was doing baby pictures. And this fairy is going to be right down here, kind of like with the queen. Like they're just standing there together watching Brenna come out the fairy door. So she's gonna, there's kind of a flower here. I'm gonna have her stand on that. She's gonna cover up one of the strawberries just because she can't stand in a different, she's gotta stand in that spot. So to make it look like she's still standing. Okay, so she's there. So now I got all the bases for my fairyland here done. But because it is a magical place, we have to have some rubies because they're the same colors as the strawberries and the raspberries. That's why I decided to use these colors. And I'm going to just kind of tuck these in. Oops, I almost tried tucking it right on top. So I'm just going to stick one right there by those mushrooms. And I'm using the dark one of this set, and this set is Bow Bunny, and it says Double Dot Jewels. And it doesn't say the color on here that I can tell. Oh, ruby red. Okay, which makes perfect sense to me. Okay. And maybe one stuck up in over here. I just want, and you see there's like a little hedgehog down in here. And I'm gonna maybe stick one right here by the deer's foot. Oh, you maybe help keep that dimensional from wanting to slide back out. Because it's trying to do it again. I might have to glue it in. Well, I'll do that afterwards if it seems like it's necessary. Okay. And so I've got 3 over there. I'll maybe stick one over here by this fairy, maybe a littler one. Because we got to be careful not to put them behind the little critters because we don't want to make it look like it's doo-doo. We don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to stick one over here by this mushroom. Because I have some by the other mushrooms, maybe that's where they grow. Who knows where the rubies grow. Okay, and I'm going to set one right underneath the fairy. Maybe she's actually sitting on one of these rubies. Okay. And let me pull in one more small one over here by this mushroom. And then I'm going to put a few up here by this branch or in the branch. Let's see, do I want any more big ones? Maybe I'll stick one right here. Because I love the impact of the big ones. Usually I don't like all the big jewels. I'd rather have the other things. But I think here it's kind of a neat little feature. Okay, and then I'll stick one more kind of up here. And I kind of want to almost, I mean, like they can't be hidden, but they're a little bit hidden kind of thing. Okay, and that's it. I thought about bringing in some of the white, but I think the red just is enough. So there's the fairy door and Brenna, and she was 3 here if I didn't say that. So that's it. And I probably won't journal on this because this is actually at her birthday party. And it was either before or after we had cake. I don't know. But, so this will just be like after the birthday page. Because I had 2 birthday pages. This will be after that. And then I actually have one more picture that I'm going to do. That will be a companion page with this. But I'm going to be back later with a haul. And remember, if you like it, give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.